They're all in line. And they're off in the Los Alamitos Cash Call Futurity, and a tough start there for King of Speed. He was squeezed back to last. Mucho Gusto is showing his normal speed, and he takes the lead at once. Savagery hugging the rail runs in the second spot. Extra Hope is third. Improbable is fourth and covered up, and Savagery didn't corner that well, and it affected both Extra Hope and Dueling, who really took the worst of it and was shuffled all the way back to last. Mucho Gusto clear of all of that, and he remains the leader over to the rail in front, going well within himself, and he leads at a half a length. Savagery with just mild pressure from the outside, and the opening quarter easy enough, 23-1. Improbable has worked his way off the rail for Van Dyke. He's in the clear, racing third up the backstretch, and less than 3 lengths off the lead. Dueling has recovered after that early trouble, but he had to work to get up to a joint fourth. King of Speed also back in that spot, and between runners is Extra Hope. It's very well bunched as they make their way past the half-mile pole. 47-1 for Mucho Gusto, and he leads the brigade into the far turn. Savagery trying to press him now from the outside. They're only separated by a neck. Improbable remains third, but he is getting closer. Improbable now less than a length off the lead, and Dueling is guided into the 4-path. He's in with a shot. It is wide open at the top of the stretch. Here comes Improbable to join the leaders. Improbable down the stand side, challenging stablemate Mucho Gusto, and he's taken over. Improbable to the outside of Mucho Gusto, who's trying to battle back to the inside, and the 2 Baffert trainees have pulled away from the others, but it's Improbable doing the best work. Improbable well on his way to remain undefeated, and now a Grade 1 winner. Fantastic in the Futurity. He won by almost 5. Mucho Gusto was second, Extra Hope third, and Savagery.
They're off. Galilean, a stride slow. Classy John, long-range Toddy, and now a quickly recovering Galilean. Extra Hope is at the rail. Improbable will be 4 wide at the first turn. Then Easy Shot, and the early trailer is 9th Street. To the backstretch they run with long-range Toddy narrowly in front, but Classy John is going to go claim the front, and here's Classy John to take it over. John Court lets him go on long-range Toddy, who will now sit second, but not for long, because here comes Galilean to claim second, and he's a length from the front. Extra Hope has moved off the rail, and that will land Improbable 4 wide, probably on the second turn as well. And here's an early move from Mike Smith and Extra Hope to go all the way up to challenge. And at the half-mile marker in the 59th Rebel, Extra Hope is heads apart for the lead with Galilean and Classy John. Improbable will be 4 wide on both turns. Long-range Toddy stays at the rail. Then Easy Shot in 9th Street. Many chances, 3 furlongs from the money. Extra Hope has now taken the lead. He's a half ahead in front of Classy John. Galilean is only a neck behind. Improbable is ready to roll if he's good enough, and here he comes. Improbable 3 wide. The 3 of them line up at the top of the stretch. Galilean nearest the rail. Improbable in the center. Extra Hope is between horses, and Improbable slingshots to the front. Improbable now a length and a half in front. Long-range Toddy is running a very big one in the center of the track. Improbable, long-range Toddy trying to gun him down. Improbable, here's long-range Toddy. The 59th Rebel goes to John Corden, long-range Toddy. He beat Improbable, Galilean third. They're off. Improbable broke flawlessly, but not as fast as One Flew South, who goes for the front. Jersey Agenda and long-range Toddy. Gray Attempt will break fourth. Then Omaha Beach. Improbable is midfield alongside Tickvin Flew. Galilean and Country House are next. Then Six Shooter, and the early trailer is Laughing Fox. To the backstretch they run in the 83rd Arkansas Derby, and long shot One Flew South is the leader. Now Omaha Beach is moving up, and Mike Smith with a ground attack of Omaha Beach to the outside, and here he comes all the way up to take over the lead from One Flew South in second. Jersey Agenda and 58-year-old John Court on long-range Toddy are fourth and 2 from the front. Gray Attempt has 3 lengths to make up. Improbable will lose ground going into the far turn. From his rail post position, he'll do no better than 3 wide. However, he is on the move, and here's Improbable all the way up within a length of the lead. lead. Galilean has 5 to close. Then comes Country House 4 wide, Tickfin Flew, Laughing Fox, and the trailer is 6 Shooter, and Omaha Beach and Improbable are 1-2 as they run towards the top of the stretch in the Arkansas Derby. Omaha Beach, 3/4 of a length. Improbable attacks on the outside, and these two have sprinted 3 lengths clear of Long Range Toddy. Then comes Laughing Fox, Omaha Beach. Improbable in second. Omaha Beach is now a length in front. Improbable gonna try him one more time. Omaha Beach, Improbable to the outside. Omaha Beach just won't let him by yet. Improbable second. Omaha Beach, yes! The 83rd Arkansas Derby goes to Omaha Beach over Improbable.
And they're off in the Kentucky Derby. And Vekoma flashing early speed. Maximum Security is there. Long Range Toddy and Bodie Express from the far outside tries to cross over in this long and dramatic run to the clubhouse turn here at Churchill Downs. And it's Maximum Security out to set the pace. Long Range Toddy is right there, and Bodie Express on the outside is racing in third. Vekoma settles in to be fourth. Spinoff is fifth. War of Will is off the pace, racing sixth. Improbable is now seventh. Cutting Humor moves along in eighth. Country House on the outside of Code of Honor. They're ninth and 10th together. Tax is 11th, and on the inside, Pluska Parfait racing in 12th. By my standards, far off the pace today. 13th and 3 wide on the first turn. Then it's Gray Magician running along in 14th. Roadster is 15th. Tacitus is 16th by another 3 to Win, who is 17th. Game Winner is 18th. And 12 lengths off the lead for the run down the backstretch, and the world traveling master fencer, the last of them all. A demanding half mile in 46 and 3/5 seconds. And it's Maximum Security racing for the far turn in the Kentucky Derby. Long Range Toddy is right there in the outside, and War of Will with an early move right up and on the leader's heels toward the inside as they move for the far turn. Bodie Express trying to keep pace with them. Improbable is picking through the pack, making a bold run up to be fifth. Country House is there too. Code of Honor saving ground down inside. Cutting Humor is going wide. Tacitus takes off. Here's Tacitus winding up for the back of the pack with 5 lengths to make up, and Game Winner's coming wide too. Pluska Parfait saving ground all the way, racing for the top of the stretch. They turn for home in the Kentucky Derby, and Code of Honor has slipped through down inside to challenge for the lead. Country House on the outside battles on 2. War of Will is also there, and down toward the inside, Maximum Security is boxing on 2. Improbable down the center of the track. There's 1 furlong to go. It's Maximum Security digging down deep. Country House continues to close on the outside, but Maximum Security at the peak of perfection in the Kentucky Derby wins by 2. Country House was second. Code of Honor was there in the photo for third with Tacitus.
Oh, that's Improbable, rearing up a little bit, just a bit antsy, settled down, straightened, and they're off. Oh, Bodie Express reared up right at the start, unseating John Velasquez. John Velasquez unseated there by Bodie Express, is loose out of the track. And so going to the front there is going to be Market King, along with Warrior's Charge using that early speed too. And another Twist of Fate on the outside is fired up to 3 in a line. Always Mining racing in the 4th spot, then War of Will settled in right off his speed, followed by Win. Improbable and Mike Smith, 7 lengths to the early pace up ahead. And then followed by Bourbon War. Shifting out a little bit there was Owendale, and Signal Man on the outside of that one. And a gap of some 7 lengths, Ever Fast, and Laughing Fox. The opening quarter went in 22.50, and Velasquez up and off the track, it appears, now with 6 furlongs left to go, and leading the way is Warrior's Charge. Warrior's Charge is in front now, and in charge leading by a length from Market King in second. Another Twist of Fate on the outside in third. War of Will just gliding along in 4th position, 3 off the lead. The Maryland bred, Always Mining, is 5th, and in the clear on the outside. Improbable trying to get closer there as they head into the far turn run. Win, still 8 lengths from the speed up ahead, that 46.16. In the meantime, trying to work through his signal man with Owendale right alongside of that. With 3 furlongs left to go, Warriors charge another twist of fate with another run, always mining right there on the outside, 3 deep in the turn. Improbable is next. Down to the inside, War of Wills asks for a little more run, still 4 to make up, but saving ground. Win, and out wide is Owendale, 6 furlongs a minute, 10.56, a quarter to go at Pimlico. Warriors charge leads the way, and on the inside, War of Will, and they're at war in the final furlong. War of Will and Tyler Gaffley slipping through on the inside, shifting out just a tad under left-handed urging. Warriors charge trying to salvage second, and here comes Everfast on the inside, and Owendale a late bit on the outside. War of Will won! Wow, War of Will! Everfast, and then it was third Owendale, followed by Warriors charge and Laughing Fox and Improbable, and win, and
goes in. They're all set. And away they go. Broker's 1 horse. Along the inside, King Jack is quick, being joined by Lieutenant Dan. Those two go on to lead them. Improbable, though, showing good speed too, hooked a little wide into the turn. Street Class contend to track the other 3. They head to the 3/4 pole, and Lieutenant Dan, racing well off the rail, now drops in, leads it by a length. Improbable is right there second. A gap of 1.5 lengths to King Jack, taking a nice hold in third, and Street Class is fourth, 4 lengths off the leaders. Down the backstretch they go. All riders appear happy with their situation. No change in the order. Lieutenant Dan shows the way. Improbable pretty keen to go on from second. King Jack just 1.5 lengths back third. Lieutenant Dan has kicked on with it now. They've spread themselves out. Last of all is Street Class. They run to the half-mile pole. Lieutenant Dan at the rail. Improbable keeps the pressure on. They are stride for stride. Now it's 2.5 back to King Jack in third. Street Class has 8 to make up. 3/8 of a mile to go. Lieutenant Dan down at the rail. Improbable now takes the lead. And Improbable sets sail for home. He's inching clear coming to the quarter pole. It's another 5 lengths back to King Jack in third, and then Street Class. 1/4 of a mile to go, and it's all Improbable now. Gets the rein shaken at him, and Improbable opens up on them. Improbable goes clear to lead it by 3 lengths. King Jack is starting to make a rally on the outside. Improbable clear by 3. King Jack is running a game 1, closes the gap from second, but Improbable digs deep and finds more, and they will not get to Improbable. Improbable and Drayden Van Dyke take the Shared Belief Stakes. King Jack was second, Lieutenant Dan third, and then Street Class.
They're in the gate. Underrun and Improbable. Backing up just a little bit, and they're off, and Improbable did not get a good break. Improbable did not get a good start. So spun to run on the outside. War of Will to the inside. Mr. Money right with those two. And it looks like Mr. Money, after Improbable got that poor start, will inherit the lead. And Gabriel Saez has a handful. In fact, he has 2 hands full of Mr. Money as they go into the first turn. War of Will ease his way to the outside. That will carry Spun to Run 3 wide into the turn. Improbable has now moved up 4th. He's trying to get off the inside for Mike Smith. And then it's Math Wizard and Shanghai Superfly. Mr. Money went that first quarter in 24 and 2. And he'll lead the way to the backstretch in front 3/4 of a length. War of Will pop in second. The length back to a 3 wide Spun to Run is racing third by 2.5. Improbable finding his time with 5/8 to go, just edging up just a little bit now. Improbable within 3 lengths of the lead. And 2 long shots at the back, Shanghai Superfly and Math Wizard. That's a very slow half mile. 49-3 for Math Wizard. Going to be a sprint for the last 4 furlongs now. They head to the far turn. Mr. Money in front 3/4 of a length. War of Will continues to track. Spun to Run coming up 3 wide. Improbable waiting for his cue to go. Math Wizard trying to get involved on the outside. So they round the far turn. War of Will coming up to engage Mr. Money. Spun to Run is 3 wide and in with a chance. Math Wizard trying to spring a big upset on the far outside. Improbable saving ground all the way looking to come through on the inside. It's Mr. Money off the turn with the lead. Mr. Money in front. Spun to Run on the outside. Improbable up the inside. War of Will in between horses. Math Wizard on the far outside. What a finish in the Pennsylvania Derby. Here comes Math Wizard on the far outside. Math Wizard, Mr. Money. Math Wizard on the outside. Math Wizard, yes sir. Math Wizard, 3-1 upset winner in the Pennsylvania Derby.
It was only today that Irad Ortiz was confirmed as the rider of Math Wizard. The first time he's ridden this horse, and he might just have made the difference. And you'd need to be a Math Wizard to pick this one. Time of 150.4 for the 40th Pennsylvania Derby. Math Wizard wins for Irad Ortiz and trainer Safi Joseph Jr. Well, from off the pace, from off a pedestrian pace.
That's what I think makes it a little more special, that he was able to gobble up.
They're all in line. We are ready for the start. They're off. In the dirt mile, Improbable had a good beginning, and it is Spun to Run who's sent out to the early lead. Blue Chipper's got speed to the outside. It's these two, 1-2, making their way into the turn, and Cold Front settles in behind them. Then Improbable on the inside, who slips through an opening and now is 3.5 lengths off the lead. Mr. Money is 3 wide, then Snapper Sinclair. Omaha Beach is racing about 7 lengths behind as they make their way toward the backstretch. Diamond Oops is next, then Ambassadorial, and Giant Expectations is the trailer. 23:05 was the opening quarter mile. Spun to Run onto the backstretch in front. Korea's Blue Chipper is second, and he's a length and 3/4 behind. Mr. Money and Improbable heads apart, just ahead of Cold Front running along in 5th. Then a break of another 2 to Snapper Sinclair. Omaha Beach coming from well behind today. He's about 9 lengths off the lead, and now Mike Smith is starting to hand ride him a bit, trying to get him to go as they make their way into the turn. The half was 46.51. The Giant Expectations, Diamond Oops, and Ambassadorial. Spun to Run leads them along. He's been on top every step of the way, with Blue Chipper chasing him around that far turn. It's another 3 lengths back to Mr. Money. Omaha Beach is going to make his move on the far outside. He's floated very wide. He went 4 deep on the turn, but he's starting to pick it up, and they're into the stretch with Spun to Run and Cat. The one to catch coming to the 8th pole. Spun to Run drifting out with the lead. Blue Chipper on the inside is second. Omaha Beach has made his way up into 3rd, but Spun to Run has run away. Irad Ortiz and Spun to Run, the real deal in the dirt mile. They won it by 3.5 lengths. Omaha Beach was second, Blue Chipper was 3rd, Snapper Sinclair was 4th.
And they're off in the Hollywood Gold Cup. Higher Power began sweetly. Brown Storm is sprinting up on the outside, and Parsimony is down at the rail, a close-up 3rd. Improbable moves up to be a joint 2nd. A gap of 4 to Tenfold, and Midcourt didn't have the smoothest of beginnings. He's at the back of the field, and he's a bit hard to handle, too. Midcourt wants to get closer now. He's about 5 lengths off the lead as Brown Storm shows the way. Improbable is 2nd, Parsimony 3rd. Flavien Prat has Higher Power in the perfect spot, 4th, 3 lengths off the lead. At the rail, Midcourt trying to go through a narrow opening, and Tenfold is outside of him. They're covered by 4 lengths as they make their way onto the backstretch, and it's Brown Storm leading by a length to Improbable. Parsimony together with Higher Power, and on the inside of them, Midcourt still keen, 3 lengths off the pace, Tenfold outside of him. They have 5 furlongs to run in the Hollywood Gold Cup, and it's Brown Storm who's been there every step of the way. Flanked by Improbable 2nd, Higher Power inches up a closer third, kept in the clear. Parsimony is just inside of him. Then Tenfold. Midcourt now switches to the outside, and he'll try to rally now. 3 lengths off the lead. 3 furlongs from home. Improbable takes the lead easily away from Brown Storm. Higher Power comes under some pressure. On the far outside, Midcourt has plenty of work to do. Tenfold, Parsimony. It's Improbable's race to win or lose at the top of the stretch. He has a 3-length advantage. Higher Power on the outside. Tenfold is starting to rally, but with an 1/8 to go, it's a 1-horse race in the Hollywood Gold Cup. Improbable is all by himself. Higher Power is trying hard. Tenfold is in third, but it is a complete runaway for Improbable and Drayden Van Dyke as they stroll in the Hollywood Gold Cup. Higher Power was second. Tenfold finished third. Then it was Brown Storm.
And they're off. Oh, and Tom's D'Etat stumbled at the start and is trailing the field. Tom's D'Etat, the favorite, is 5th as the field goes into the clubhouse turn. And the early leader here will be Mr. Buff. Mr. Buff is on top with Improbable racing in second. By My Standards is next in third. Then Code of Honor. And after that beginning, Tom's D'Etat is the trailer in 5th. It's New York bred Mr. Buff, the leader here by almost 2 lengths. The quarter, 25 seconds. It's a slow pace here with Improbable, the California Invader, giving chase in second. By My Standards is next in third. 2.5 lengths to Code of Honor and 2.5 more to Tom's D'Etat. And now the field is midway up the backstretch, and it is long shot Mr. Buff in front here by a length. Improbable runs in second. Then By My Standards next in third. Farther back it is Code of Honor. And Tom's D'Etat continues to race last with a 1/2 mile in 49 3. Mr. Buff will lead the field into the far turn. Improbable has been tracking the entire way and is now getting closer. So it's Mr. Buff and Improbable. The two of them are right together. By My Standards is just in behind in third. Code of Honor is 4th, 3 lengths from the lead. And Tom's D'Etat, 3/4 went in 1:13 1. Mr. Buff gives way, and Improbable is the leader as the field comes into the stretch. Then it is By My Standards, Mr. Buff, Code of Honor, and Tom's D'Etat. It's Improbable in front inside the 8th pole. Improbable has built a 4-length lead. By My Standards, Tom's D'Etat, Code of Honor. It's Improbable and Erod Ortiz Jr. to win the Whitney. By My Standards was second. A tough luck third for Tom's D'Etat. Code of Honor was 4th, and the time was 1 minute, 48 3/5 seconds.
And they're off in the awesome again. Very smooth beginning. Sleepy Eyes Todd, but now Take the 101 sprints up to take the lead. Maximum Security comes away in third. Then Midcourt and Improbable will be last in the early going. Take the 101 narrowly in front. Sleepy Eyes Todd, Maximum Security 3 wide. Midcourt goes 4 wide into the first turn, has about 4 lengths to make up, and he's 2 in front of Improbable. It's Take the 101, the pace very sensible. He's in front by a length. Sleepy Eyes Todd is in second. Maximum Security racing in between horses, and Midcourt outside of that pair. 2.5 lengths covers those 4. It's another 5 back to Improbable, who's racing off the rail and by himself. Take the 101.
They're all in line. They're off in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Higher Power was off to a slow start. 'Tis the Law broke very well, but will be taken back on the inside of Authentic, and Maximum Security is going up on their outside. But it's By My Standards, Global Campaign. Improbable outside of them. 3 to Tom's D'Etat. Title Ready, Tacitus, and the trailer is Higher Power. And the leader, as they race for the turn, is the Kentucky Derby winner. It's Authentic in front. Authentic runs by this opening quarter mile and moves into the clubhouse turn with a 2.5 length lead. His stablemate is second, Maximum Security. 'Tis the Law is pinned in third on the inside. Global Campaign is 4th. By My Standards is 5th. Improbable outside of horses 6 lengths off the lead. 3.5 back to Tom's D'Etat. The Title Ready. Tacitus on the outside. Higher Power is the trailer. Into the setting sun at Keeneland, the Breeders' Cup Classic field heads up the backstretch in pursuit of a Kentucky Derby winner. Authentic is on top a length and a half. On the outside is Maximum Security. Tis the Law continues to race on the rail. Not his favorite spot. He's down on the inside, just 2 lengths off the lead. Then Global Campaign. Improbable is there on the outside as they make their way for the turn. Then By My Standards. Tom's D'Etat's got 6 lengths to make up. Then Tacitus on the inside. Around the far turn, Authentic every step of the way so far. Global Campaign ridden to go. Improbable moves on the outside. Maximum Security's under pressure. Tis the Law has been angled to the outside. He's still about 5 behind. He is coming under a ride. Authentic is the one to catch. Global Campaign comes up on his outside. Improbable charges into the stretch 3 wide. Maximum Security on the rail. And they're into the stretch. And here comes Improbable after Authentic. The 2 Bob Baffert horses. Authentic digs in. Improbable to the outside second. Tis the Law trying to make a run down the center of the track. But it's Authentic in front. He won the Derby. He won the Breeders' Cup Classic. He's Authentic indeed. He won it by 2.5. And there was Improbable second, followed by Global Campaign in third.